What's going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar and welcome back to the WBE. This is going to be the Wick. I said this in the battle to the week 6 battle. We're going up against the Pittsburgh Pirattatas, Pittsburgh Pirattatatatoodles, Pittsburgh Piratatouille, and the OldManTup. OldManTup has been one of my favorite people in the entire world for years now. I've known him for a very long time. Love the dude to death. He's genuinely a phenomenal person. He's so kind to literally everyone that I've ever come into contact with. Like, I just love the dude to death. So we've played a few times. Last time we played, he had Zygarde in NPA, and that was the season that I won when I had Orlando and Mega Heracross. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this matchup for me was so hard. It was so hard that before the battle, literally right before the battle, I changed up 2 sets completely. Because I was so unsure of everything that I wanted to bring, and I was so unsure of everything that he could bring. It was a hot mess. So the reason why it was so difficult was because he has some amazing mons. Mega Charizard X is phenomenal versus me. Gliscor is phenomenal versus me. Hariyama is phenomenal. Klefki is phenomenal. Roserade, Rotom, Tyranitar. There is not a single Pokemon on his entire draft that is bad against me. Even a Alolan Dugtrio in sand with like a choice band rips through me. Even Life Orb just rips through my entire team. It's so bad. This matchup was awful. The thing that I was most scared of was offensive Roserade, DD or SD Mega Charizard X, particularly SD, because it can just break through everything. Screens Klefki, and then just other Pokemon. That's literally what my biggest fears were, because it did so much work versus me. If he got up screens, I just couldn't do much damage to him. My Mega Sableye doesn't really have the best matchup because it can wall a lot, but then it just invites in certain other Pokemon and then it gets set up on, and then it can just be swept. So it's very situational as to where Mega Sableye is great this game. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the team builder and the team that I wanted to bring. The first Pokemon that I knew I wanted to bring was this Zygarde. You already saw the Serperior, whatever, I'll go into that a little bit later. Was this Zygarde set. Double Dance with Substitute. I wanted Double Dance with Substitute because Gliscor is going to run Ice Fang, but it's also going to run Toxic. It's going to run Roost and probably Earthquake. More than likely, what I'm expecting is for me to set up a coil in front of the Gliscor. Once I set up a coil, he's going to click Toxic. As he clicks Toxic, I click Sub, and then I DD up and I do a lot of damage to his entire team. His 1000 Arrows resist does not exist. I needed lefties because of me having Substitute. I have enough speed for Roserade, and then max HP and the rest into Fizz Def to be able to tank hits from Zygarde X like Dragon Claws, Earthquakes from Alolan Dougie, Ice Fangs from Gliscor, and Close Combats and Ice Punches from Hariyama. Those are the big ones. And T-Tar, I guess, but T-Tar I figured would run Ice Beam because I do have so much more physical defense. So this is my main win con. This is what I want to win me the entire game. It has a phenomenal matchup. His Answers 2000 Arrows are awful. They're terrible. He doesn't have good ones. The only thing that he has that's really good versus it is Gliscor, and Gliscor is what I want to set up against. So Zygarde, really good Pokemon in this matchup, and I love the way it works. Next up, I'm bringing another Coil Pokemon. I'm bringing Coil Serperior. This Pokemon also has a phenomenal matchup if he does not bring Klefki. His main switch into this, I assume, is going to be like an Assault Vest Roserade, or it's going to be like an AV Hariyama. Because of that, I'm assuming that his switches into this are not going to be the very best on the physical side, meaning I can run Coil, Leaf Blade, and Z Outrage. So if he does not bring Klefki, or if I have Klefki weakened, Leaf Blade to Z Outrage is literally all I need for the entirety of his team. At +2, I 2-shot everything, and at +3, I OHKO everything aside from Gliscor, and Gliscor does not want to tank 2 Leaf Blades. I do have Synthesis in case he does not bring T-Tar. I can heal myself up pretty reliably versus the majority of his team. I have enough physical attack investment at +1 to be able to kill a really invested Roserade with Z Outrage after a couple hits of Stealth Rocks. And I have Leaf Blade to be able to just like nuke everything. Outrage is also one of my best ways of hitting Charizard X. If he thinks that I don't have really good ways of hitting it, like let's say I'm like Dragon Tail or some shit, I can easily just click Outrage and blow that thing away. And once Charizard is gone, this matchup gets a lot easier because a lot of my team is designed to do a lot of damage to Charizard X and just never let it set up. But if it's gone, I don't have to worry about that, and I don't really have to mess with it that much. So that is what this is for. Speaking of Charizard X, the main check that I have is A Baby the Stakataka. For reference, if you guys don't know what A Baby is, whenever Danny was pregnant, Dan kept saying that he was going to name his baby Stakataka. It's so funny. So I always just name my my Stakatakas, I always name it A Baby. Anyway, I don't know why my brain just so. This Pokemon, I did do a lot of thinking about this. Charizard X, I think it's going to be SD plus Roost. That means he has 2 coverage moves, right? He has 2 coverage moves. Fire or Dragon, one of them, guaranteed. The other one I think has to be Thunder Punch. With those 2 coverage moves, he hits my entire team neutrally. Hits my entire team neutrally and hits the majority of it for either super effective or damn near super effective damage. The only thing he doesn't hit is Stakataka, and the only way he can hit Stakataka is if he has Flare Blitz or Earthquake. I can tank a +3 Flare Blitz, I think after Rocks, as long as he's Jolly, which is insanity. Meaning I can guaranteed if he's Dragon Dance. Here's the scenarios that I came up with. My Darmanitan is going to be huge. It's Choice Scarf. I'll get into that in a little bit. The scenarios that I came up with: if he's SD, I don't click Trick Room. If he's DD, I click Trick Room and I go into my Darmanitan. Either way, my Stakataka gets off the damage I need to on Charizard for my Darmanitan to kill it with Rock Slide. That is the whole idea behind this entire set, especially if I get up Stealth Rocks. I need to have Trick Room. I absolutely need to have Trick Room. Without Trick Room, I can lose to DD Zygarde X super easily. Without Gyro Ball, I lose to a bunch of other Pokemon. Like I do a lot of damage to T-Tar. Realistically, looking back at it, I don't really need Gyro Ball, but it's nice to have something that's reliable that I can hit the Charizard X with if I need to get off some good damage, or to hit the T-Tar with if it is like Rock Polish or DD. So really good Zygarde X check. And the way that I think that he's going to try to set up on me with Zygarde X is on my Mega Sableye. So that's why I have 3 attacks, recover, Mega Sableye, Fizz Def. This is meant to break down his big mons. His big mons being Charizard X, Gliscor, Roserade, T-Tar. Those are the big 4 on his entire team, in my opinion, versus me. So with Ice Punch, Low Kick, Foul Play, I do a lot of damage to everything. Charizard X cannot set up on me guaranteed, meaning I'm able to do a lot of damage to it, putting it directly in range of Darmanitan or A Baby, which is perfect. Low Kick does a lot of damage to T-Tar, guaranteed does like 70%, which is phenomenal, meaning it can never set up on me for free. Ice Punch does a lot of damage to Gliscor, guaranteed 2-shots it as long as he doesn't roost up on me, and if he's roosting up on me, he will be wasting roosts, and then I will be able to just break through him a little bit later with a few other Pokemon. The big downfall to this set is that he is going to be bringing Twinkle Tackle Mismagius. He's going to be bringing Twinkle Tackle Roserade. He's going to be bringing Twinkle Tackle something to be able to break through me with his offense. So I definitely see this Pokemon baiting in his Roserade and his Mismagius a lot. Therefore, I need a good switch in. Freaking Arbok is the best Pokemon in the world, guys. Best Pokemon in the world. I love this thing. I'm bringing a mixed bulky set. This has enough offense to be able to guaranteed do 50% to somewhat invested Mega Charizard X, like speed creeping Zygarde. It does enough damage with Crunch and Poison Jab to Mismagius and Roserade respectively to ensure that I can always 2-shot both of them, and I have Gastro Acid in case his main switch into this Pokemon is going to be Gliscor. I can get rid of his Poison Heal, and I can force him to be taking toxic damage every single turn, meaning he will not want to stay in for very long versus this Pokemon, and he doesn't have the best switch-ins to this anyway. This Pokemon has a phenomenal matchup. I am never 3-shot by like Giga Drains from Roserade, from Mismagius' Shadow Ball is a 3-shot versus me if he's like Life Orbed. This Pokemon has a great matchup versus the big 2 that scare up my Mega Sableye. So I really like the way this thing matches up. Next up is going to be one of the big mons in this game, which is going to be my Darmanitan. I have Flare Blitz, U-Turn, Brick Break, Rock Slide. I have enough speed for Rose Raid, and then I have max attack and a little bit of HP. The HP doesn't really matter too much. The reason why this thing is so big is because his switch-ins to this are ass. They're absolutely terrible switch-ins. His best switch into this is going to be Rotom Wash if he's Fizz Def. Even then, that can just get 2-shot flat out. Thick Fat Hariyama can get 2-shot depending on his investment, but it is one of his best switch-ins, which is why I have U-Turn. If I see Klefki, this is going to be my designated lead. If I don't see Klefki, it's still going to be my designated lead because I outspeed pretty much everything on his entire team without setup, and I can click U-Turn and or Flare Blitz depending on what I wanted to do. So this Pokemon is also big, as I mentioned before, in combination with Stack Attacka. If he's DD Zygarde X, I have Trick Room plus this thing. If he's SD, I have Gyro Ball, Stone Edge plus this thing. It is a very crucial Pokemon to ensure that I don't lose to a lot of his Pokemon, including the T-Tar, Rose Raid, Rotom, Hariyama, Gliscor, and Mega Charizard X. This team is very unique. It has a lot of, like, these two Pokemon are pretty standard, but like this set is really cool. This set's really standard, but like this set is Fuego, and this set is also pretty cool. So with that, guys, that is a team that I'm going to bring in against OldManTup and the Pittsburgh Pirattatas. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like down below for me. Also, go check out all the links in the description, including the Onaj link if you want to buy a shirt and support the Maryland Torterrapins. I would greatly appreciate it. But guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.